Welcome back to the Growing Up is Scary podcast. It has been quite a bit since we recorded. I know we need to become more consistent, except for the fact that we physically cannot, due to the fact that we are separated quite a bit this summer.
Yep.
But that is okay.
But also reunited and really
Yes.
fun, exciting.
We're gonna have
experiences.
some fun podcasts this summer and different backgrounds.
Yes. Do you want to share where you've been off to?
Of course. I just got back last night from Greece. I was there for just about 2 weeks for a Maymester, and it was the time of my life. We will get into that more. I'm going to do a full rundown of the itinerary and share some stories with Riley that I haven't told her yet. It's going to be a lot of fun. Riley, do you have anything you want to start out with?
Well, I got back from Barbados as well, so we each have our own travel story times. To start off,
I just was ecstatic about, if you will. Miss Hailey Bieber is pregnant.
Miss Hailey Bieber is filled with a Bieber.
She is. She's
a little baby
Bieber.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm so excited. Do you think it's going to be a boy or girl?
I could see him having like a little girl.
Really?
I feel like Justin's such a girl dad. But I think it could be a boy. While we were in Barbados, we were swimming in the ocean, and on the beach, a couple was doing a gender reveal, and I guessed the gender wrong. So it could be a boy.
I think, I'm putting it out there that I think it's going to be a boy.
Okay. So I'm girl, you're boy.
Yes, I knew Sophia Richie was going to have a girl. I did call that. And so I'm going to guess boy. I don't know why. I could be absolutely wrong.
That's fine. It's fun to guess.
Yeah, it is fun to guess.
Such a fun time.
I mean, you're either right or you're wrong about that.
Exactly. Have you seen all the comparisons to how the Met Gala is the Hunger Games?
Yes, we chatted a bit about this.
Crazy.
And speaking of that, have you seen the new Hunger Games?
Okay. I do this thing on the plane when I know my flight isn't long enough for the movie where I will skip through all the, quote, non-important scenes to finish a movie. I did that with the Hunger Games and it was really boring.
What you deem as unimportant.
Yeah, but it's not a good way to watch a movie because you're not emotionally invested as the story unfolds. So I skipped around and technically watched a lot of it, and I thought it was stupid, but my own fault. You can't spark note a movie.
Right. So
did you watch it?
As I was on my 10-hour flight, I did have plenty of time to watch the movie. And I actually watched it. I think we landed maybe 3 minutes after it finished. So I was cutting it close. People were saying it's a musical. It is not a musical.
It's just because she sings.
She sings 4 songs max. And I thought it was a really good villain origin story. And does show why Snow is the way he is. And his reasoning behind that. Now, some of it, the very end, the part about something gray.
I don't even care. I didn't even know.
The girl. I don't understand where she went.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out whenever I was skipping. I was like, wait, she's just not in the scenes anymore.
No, she
just disappeared in the woods, right?
Yeah, so he shot something.
Yeah.
And I thought it was her, and then he went and was like, oh, got you, you're dead. And then she just simply wasn't there. And then I don't know.
She was never mentioned.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, yeah, that was a strange part.
I think I was biased going into the movie because I just don't like the actress.
I know you don't.
And it's just because of Snow White entitlement issue.
I think she gets in front of a camera for interviews and stuff, and she just doesn't know how to act. I don't think she was media trained.
It's not even media trained. It's personality trained.
Maybe
that's just
an
awful thing to approach slandering a movie. And there's a lot of clips of her talking about entitlement, kind of mannerism. But also, I'm seeing a 30-second interview of a person. She could be awesome.
Right.
She could be awesome. But my impression is I don't like her. But I could just be not liking one moment of her.
Right. So that's fair. We're giving Rachel Zegler.
Sure.
The benefit of the doubt. Yeah. We're sure you're a lovely gal. And if you want to hang out, let us know.
Yeah. Hit us up if you're in Nash.
We'll hang. There isn't a really good way to segue into this.
So I have a quick story time that's really a long story time that I'm going to try to make quick. Essentially, we've talked about my TikTok on here, whatever.
Guys, get her to 10K so we can start making money.
I told Kathryn we will be having a hot girl summer off of the profits if we do get that. So this is no way linked to my TikTok, but if you spontaneously find me, help me out.
Yeah.
But I posted a TikTok to the trend of Thank You Amy by Taylor Swift, where you basically in code write someone that did you wrong from your past. And no one who I know from high school, except for my like 3 close friends, follow me on my social medias anymore. Weeks before this scandal went down, it was posted, it was fine, nothing happened. Spontaneously, the person who was about found out it was about her because her friend added her personal account to the TikTok, which like did decently well. There was like 20,000 views, which like is more embarrassing for her that she acknowledged it was her because you're basically telling people that you're mean.
Mm-hmm.
She decides to make a group chat with my guy friends and people that I was close with now and in high school, just bashing me in it. And I mean, fair, I should not have posted it. I'm aware I took it down. I think her level she took it to was pretty harsh. I tried to apologize to her, even though it's stupid because she literally did all the mean things after, which proved the whole point of the trend. But I did try to be a bigger person and apologize. I was blocked, so unfortunately that apology could not go through. But my friend, who I'm not going to say his name, but who I am super, super close with, so close to where he wants to come visit me in Nashville. We talk like fairly often and we'll have like hours on hours long of FaceTime. Super, super close. He knows this girl is super mean to me, and since we've graduated has created a big distance between her, and we've stayed super close, him and I. And he was the one that told me about this group chat and that he was added into it. And I was super upset that I was like, well, did you say anything or did you defend me or did you leave it? He's like, no, like I just would let you know, but like I didn't say anything. And I was like, so you got added to a group chat to be so cruel to your like best friend allegedly because you say we're so close. You don't defend me. You don't leave it. You let them run their mouth knowing that they get to say it to my best friend and you don't do anything. And I was super pissed. And we hung up the call and he hasn't reached out since. He'll like my stuff on social media. And I'm like genuinely sad because I was talking to my siblings about it who have known him forever. And everyone's like, I feel like you just shouldn't entertain this friendship because even though he's so sweet, he's the same high school person that he was. Like, I just thought he was growing up and being a better friend, and high school people that he wasn't even super close to didn't matter. So I feel like I just lost a friend, and that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't think that. He thinks I'm probably pissed off. Well, he knows I'm pissed off. But at some point, he'll probably reach out, like on my birthday or something. And if he tries to call, it's like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, do you think you would answer?
I would probably answer, but I'd probably tell him, like, I'm upset. I don't know if I shouldn't answer. I don't know what to do. Because a part of me is like, well, I want to just like turn a blind eye to selfishly keep that friend.
Yeah.
But also, I'm at the point where I don't keep anyone in my life that isn't worth something. And I cannot fathom if I got added in a group chat with you, like about hating on you, and I call you and I'm like, hey, I just heard from this group chat that I got added into and they're all making fun of you and like lighting you up. And you were like, you didn't say anything? And I'm like, no, I just want to let you know I'm in this. How do you like think that person cares like enough about you to keep them in your life?
Yeah, that's really sad.
So I don't really know what to do about that friendship, but that was a pretty sad realization, and that was on my way back from Auburn. My sister graduated. Another story time.
Whoop, whoop.
She's an alum, but yeah, I don't really know where to go with that, and he hasn't reached out. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been in the losing friends situation multiple times before, and I wish there was like some advice I could give you, but really it's just something that happens and it's horrible and you just got to get through it.
Yep.
It's cuz like there really is no advice. Every situation is different and it's just a hard thing to go through.
Yeah. I think it's harder as you get older because you realize, I think as you're younger, you think people do bad things and you get over these little actions. I think maturity is when you're able to analyze what the action's deeper meaning represents.
Yeah.
So that's why this is so frustrating, because it's like, in hindsight, you could be like, oh, just apologize, like he made a mistake. But in my mind, I think of everything in a deeper meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, the deeper meaning is their opinion and not wanting to offend that friend group and stay involved for maybe one invite when we all go home at Austin. Like, he just wants that social scene, because she was like the popular girl in a popular group, and they were the mean girls. Like, everyone in my high school knew these were like the mean girls. Like, literally. I was crying in a bathroom and a teacher walked by and I told her what was going on. She was like, oh, those girls are just mean. And I was like, thank you, staff.
Right.
Love the support. But that's just how they are. But I think that I thought as years went on, the high school immaturity of keeping shitty people around for just an invite or a hangout or a status was gone. And he's not close. And it's almost 4 years since senior year of college.
Ooh.
And you're not close with her. High school? Sorry, we're still in college. I just thought so much time had gone by, and we were so much closer to where it's like, of course you're going to finally choose me.
Yeah.
Because in high school, a lot of times he chose other actions.
Yeah.
And I think I just realized you're the same person, just a few years older. And that's just disappointing. But
disappointing is a good word for it. Yeah.
And that's what he'll hear if he ever has the guts to call me. Because I know he hasn't, because he knows he's in the doghouse. Because I hang up frustrated and he knows that. Yeah. But I don't think there's anything to say.
Yep.
So that's a little story time. Crazy. That's probably with my lesson of, or growing up lesson. Is
lesson of the week.
I don't know. Some people showed you who they were from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's my lesson. So to transition, I have a different, more positive story time.
Right.
So we all know the bee incident. We talked about it on here.
Our bee infestation.
The clips. You saw the snippets. You know what happened? That Vandy man, our neighbor, sadly he moved out. Don't know where he is. But I actually need your advice. We obviously had the bee moment. Time went by. I met him the other day when I got back in town. Or no, right before I left to go to Barbados. I saw him on the balcony of his apartment. And I was like, I have to say hi, because he's only seen me again with the strainer on my face, and it's so traumatic, and he needs to know I'm a person. So I said hi, nothing flirtatious. Our new roommate, Peyton, who we have a new roommate, she was there. Very short conversation, nothing deep enough to warrant what he did next. But I guess something about our conversation was fun, because while I was in Barbados, I got a text from him, asked me if I want to grab coffee or lunch.
It's so nice.
And I was like, wait, this could be so fun. I want to get to know more people in the city. And I mean, we didn't talk flirty aggressively enough to where I'm like, I feel like it could just be a fun way to meet people. Obviously, I'm not going to be naive to say he doesn't have interest, because I don't think you ask someone on like to coffee or whatever if you don't have interest.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'd just be fun to go. And he had said, yeah, when you're back in town, text me and let me know. I'm back in town. Do you want me to text him?
Yes!
That's so scary. But here's my thing. And I know every single girl says this, but I do not want a boyfriend right now. And I've never said that before in my life and meant it. Normally it's like, oh, I don't want a boyfriend. But
trying to convince yourself.
Really, you're just single. But I'm so happy with just enjoying the city. And I also know that we're going to be traveling so much.
Yeah.
And I am so burnt out of being someone's girlfriend, because it's been by just the world's just path. I've been a girlfriend frequently over the last few years.
Yeah.
And I just am tired of catering to someone and doing all that. And I have it in me, and the right person will get that. But I need a break. I need a recharge. So I just don't want to go if, like, I know that it's not a guarantee that obviously he would think like, oh, I'm going to date her.
Yeah.
Is it rude to like go into a date or a coffee shop or whatever?
Yeah.
Knowing you're not going to want to date them and you just want to be friends? Or is that like because he didn't say necessarily as a date or wasn't flirty?
Mm-hmm.
Is it kind of fair play to just be like, yeah, meet someone?
Well, you're a very upfront person. And, like, you would sit down at that table, and the first thing that would come out of your mouth would be, I'm not looking for a relationship right now.
Well, the thing is but I know that I would say that, and I know I would, like, express what I want, because I don't want to lead anyone on.
Yeah.
But, like, if we're at the lunch, and he's like, so, like, he transitions into the whole, like, flirting conversation. Right. Like, so, like, do you have a boyfriend, or do you have whatever? Is it rude to start the date off and be like, I just want to meet people and kind of just, you know, get more friends in this. Like, would that make him be like, oh, why did?
Well,
like, I need a male's input.
We don't really have any qualified males.
Well, I was about to say, the only guy I could call,
he's unqualified.
He would be heartbroken to have this conversation.
And he
would cry himself to sleep. I know, he's just a little dangly baby. He's keeping watch. But our one guy, which I want to call him because he gives such honest answers, but he would cry.
He would. Hearing this from that perspective, I think maybe don't go. Maybe wait. Because I think that you're at a point where you know that he's asking you to do this because he's interested, obviously, even though he saw you with a strainer on your face killing bees. Accidentally killing bees. It wasn't on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
want to like text me like, hey,
that's such an origin story.
But I also want to be transparent that I would love to get coffee. But I just also want to be transparent. Not that you were insinuating this, but I'm really wanting to get a no.
Yeah, you're so good at this. I don't know why I ever doubted you. Yes, there.
Like, I want to articulate it beforehand because I really don't want to lead anyone on.
We'll write this text
But I
later.
think it would be so fun to just meet people.
It would be.
I don't know. I want to be respectful and transparent, and I just would feel bad if I like guaranteed, you know, a way of thinking to him that he didn't want, because he seems so sweet and they seem like such nice people.
Right.
But I want to get a good friend group and I want to expand beyond our one school.
Yeah. So don't listen to anything I just said.
So a well-drafted text, but still casual enough to not just be like,
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll draft it tonight.
Yeah. But that was a really fun little thing.
Yeah.
It was fun. And speaking of males, another little story time that instantly came to mind is I love this artist named Ernest, okay?
Oh, we love Ernest in this house.
Love Ernest. I drive around everywhere looking for his, like, custom wrap Cadillac. I am constantly on site prowling. Like, there's this bar that he keeps posting at. He keeps posting it's like a red bar, interior lighting. And the problem is, and not that I hang out with Ernest to where I'm going to intertwine this, but I want to go to that bar because they keep showing up to it and playing music there. And the problem is one of his bandmates is the roommates of Broadway Boy. And Broadway Boy was there last night with them. And that's crazy. But that's not even the story. That's a side note. But anyway, I post on my story sometimes music stuff that I like, which according to my siblings is super stupid and weird. But I was sitting there and I just posted something and Ernest liked it and reposted it on his main Instagram. And I turned to my siblings and I was like, guys, just for 5 seconds, can you be excited with me? And I told them and I was like, look, he did this. And you know what Chase said to me?
I might have told you this,
but he just made some dumb comments of why, guys. He would have reposted it. He was like, well, you just posted a swimsuit photo. Duh, he's going to repost it. You're like a pretty girl.
Okay.
What? Does that even make sense?
I am so sorry to say this. And I've never met Chase.
Invalidating my happiness.
He's
a dumb frat boy. I'll say it for you.
Okay.
He's in a frat boy dumb mean stage when it comes to his outlook. He looks at every guy as if they're just like meatheads that are wanting to like ruin women's lives.
Why are your family members raining on your parade? Not Father D'Andrade.
Father Charles. Father Charles is perfect and sweet, and he's very good at approaching things in a very nice way.
Yes.
Everyone else, I got attacked.
They're raining on your parade
in so many different aspects, but it came to a head. And that was frustrating.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the littlest things that made me excited on that trip, like the little, wow, my favorite artist who is a big deal and on the rise, and Lily opens for Morgan Wallen and all these big artists, and is so sweet, and a family man. I literally turned to Chase after he said that. I was like, he is married to a gorgeous woman, and they have a gorgeous baby. That's the dumbest comment to think he's reposting on his main profile just because of something so superficial. Also, he didn't privately message me or say, oh my gosh, he literally just liked it and reposted it. Yeah. Because it boosts his music career to do that. And it encourages more people to post stuff about him. He does it to other people too. And I'm aware I was in his scheme to be successful, and I'm okay with it.
It's also building a relationship with fans. And now
I feel so close to him.
Exactly.
Our DMs are open. Our DMs are open. I could DM him if I wanted, and I won't because he's such an awesome husband.
Right.
But it was a cool thing, and I'm offended that it was boiled down to such stupid rationale. Yeah, Chase is also slandering the Vanderbilt boy because I had said at dinner
he's so
something about it, and he was like, "You can't go to coffee with him. He obviously just wants to like get with you." And I'm like, can you just like act like maybe this guy's in grad school, and like even if he is an idiot, which there are idiots out there. Hello, everyone I've been dating recently is older and they're still idiots. But can you just have a little bit of faith in like humans, mankind,
or you and your decisions?
Me, like, I don't know. And I'll tell them 1,000 times, like, I'm not looking for anything. I don't want a boyfriend. I'm so burnt out. And they're just like, sure. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Whatever.
I don't care.
Whatever.
But it was an interesting trip. Other than that, it was super fun and wholesome, great, and all the things. And Country Boy texted me over that time. Last time we podcasted, we were very upset at Country Boy and Sunshine. Country Boy reached out. He had his tail between his legs, and he was like, I'm sorry.
He did apologize?
Yeah, we FaceTimed the other night whenever I got back in town, and he had realized I was back in town. Excuse me.
I just want to share the fact that Riley has a screenshot of him with a tear rolling down his face.
Yep. I do. He texted me saying hi while I was in Barbados, and just brief chit chat. His way of opening the door, knowing he needed to reach out. Yeah. And then whenever we got back, we FaceTimed for a little bit, and just funny, good old times. We're all going to hang out soon, but he did have a little tear. All of a sudden, I was looking at him on the FaceTime, and there was a whole tear. I was like, are you sad? He was like, no, you know, your eyes just water. I was like, you let it fully fall. You look like you're crying. He's like, it's kind of fun.
It's like what? It's like all the way.
It's like a full. You can see on the camera the glistening of this tear, and he's got a beaming smile as he's got this tear, and I'm like bouncing a water ball on his forehead, and I'm like, what are you?
He's so funny.
He's so funny. He's a funny guy. I want us to hang out so bad all together. We need a reunion, but
yeah, no, we'll have that reunion.
Yeah, but those were some random
little story
times I did have for us. But I want to know some of yours. You
traveled
far and wide.
I did.
I'm excited.
This is a random one, but I needed to tell you this. So, there is this movie on Netflix. Do you know who Jenna Ortega is?
Yes. Is it the one where she's at the older, like, professor?
So, it's called Miller's Girl. She's actually in high school. And I watched it.
I thought she was college at least.
No, she's 18 in the movie.
What?
It's called Miller's Girl. And as I was watching this movie, it took me forever to watch because I would watch like 10 minutes and then I'd fall asleep. There are some scenes that I know you would skip through.
Mm-hmm. Basically,
they're both very literature. They're amazing writers.
They're very good writers. Lyrical geniuses.
If you would.
Not lyrical, that's songs. Literature geniuses.
See, I can't figure out the word.
That's okay.
But
astounding authors.
Yes. It is a very, very well-written movie. Disturbing, but very well written.
At least they made her 18.
And I think you would enjoy it.
Okay.
I think you would have certain feelings. I think you would half hate it and half really enjoy it just because you would
can't get past it.
You would enjoy the deeper meanings in it.
Just tell me they don't end up together.
I'm not telling you anything.
Okay.
We're going to watch it.
I have a lot of things on my watch list. We need to watch that. Yes. I need to watch Bridgerton. And we need to watch the new episode of The Kardashians.
Now we can get into my Greece trip.
Yay!
So I think it would be easiest for me to literally just go day by day and talk about the memories of that day. Not much happened the first day because we landed in Athens. Athens, to give you a rundown, is basically New York without the skyscrapers. Like the city, New York City. Wasn't my favorite place.
You haven't been in New York City, have you?
No.
Okay.
So what I picture as New York City.
Yeah.
And some things that I noticed in Athens. Day one, pedestrians equal targets.
Mm-hmm.
I actually almost saw 2 girls get hit by a bus. It was actually very scary. They did not. There are no taxes. Strange.
Taxes?
Yeah, like when you buy stuff.
For anyone?
There was no taxes when I bought stuff.
Interesting.
No tipping.
Love.
Which is strange.
It's an American culture.
Yeah.
That's gotten out of hand.
Like, they don't expect you to tip. There's not a space on your receipts to
give
tip.
it back, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to leave money.
Also, the fact that they don't take your card is really weird. Like, you pay at the table. That was really weird. I told Riley this last night. They don't have any speed limit signs. I didn't see a single speed limit sign. They all fly and they cut in front of each other. They don't use turn signals. It's quite scary. Their lights are not like up on a cord. They are like a walking sign, like where you press to cross the road. That's where the light is.
Okay.
And then what else do I have? Oh, they smoke like it's their job. Yeah. Cigarettes everywhere. Doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are, everyone's smoking. They have trees smack dab in the middle of sidewalks.
Were the men cuter?
Yeah. Some of them.
I'm excited.
We'll get to Mr. Sexy.
Okay, I'm excited. Do you have like a nickname? Like, there's like McSteamy, McDreamy. Do you have like
Mr. Sexy?
Okay, it's Mr. Sexy. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't remember his name. But that was crazy. I also told Riley that there is graffiti on every building you see. And the last thing that I just have like listed, there are so many cats everywhere, and it is really upsetting to see because they are so skinny.
Yeah.
I have so many pictures of cats.
Yeah, my kitties are so spoiled. There's one sleeping peacefully in his
little cot
and his lovely little window thing, and then the other one is chunked up somewhere on the ground, but they don't realize how privileged they are to be so fat.
They really don't. I have so many photos of cats. I'm gonna post a Cats of Greece on my Instagram.
That's my content. I love that content.
Yeah. So those are my bullet points. So now we'll get into the actual story time. So the first day wasn't much. The second day we went to one of my favorite islands, one of my favorite places I've ever been to. It's called Poros. It was stunning, magical, everything I could ask for in a place. I would absolutely 1000% move there. While I was over there, I was like, I think maybe I would miss America, but I would definitely live there for a few months.
There you go.
We went on a huge hike with our leader, Mr. Sexy. He's a very muscular man, and when he smiled, he has the smile of a god. And I was like, hello.
Like giving, what's that one male actor who's Aquaman? It's like the M.
Yes.
That kind of vibe. It's like right there. Momoa?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Yes. He gives Jason Momoa. This is the first place where I got to taste like the fresh fruit. Oh my gosh.
US sucks. We also have white in the middle of our strawberries. Strawberries aren't supposed to have that, I don't think.
Really?
I saw a TikTok and it was like, no one gets it that like in other countries, European countries, when you cut a strawberry in half, it's red at the center.
Yeah.
In the US, it's white in the center.
Yeah.
Something about what we do that's not right.
It is.
That could be a lie.
I
am scared.
On multiple occasions, consumed alcohol.
Okay, first off, it's legal for Kathryn in Europe, so you have to tell all the tea. Were you drunk?
No.
Okay.
Apparently,
buzzed?
I take shots.
You took shots? How many? 4? You weren't drunk? Buzzed?
No, I was not buzzed, drunk, anything. So, first, I drank,
it's weird. People say in Europe, like, you just don't get drunk. The alcohol is so good for you, and, like, you have a fun time, but you don't really get, no one's drunk. Everyone's just buzzed.
I just wanted to see your face when I said that.
Did you get buzzed?
No. And I'll tell you how.
Was it over, like, the day?
So, we went to dinner.
What kind of shot?
Place. I'll tell you. And I drank a strawberry daiquiri.
Those are yummy.
I was really upset because it was not frozen.
Ugh.
It was just liquid.
It's really red.
So I didn't really like that. I don't like the taste of alcohol.
Which is, it in itself isn't necessarily supposed to taste good if it's liquor.
Right.
It's just what you took.
And my roommate is the absolute opposite of me. She's very party girl, like goes.
Did you go out?
I went out.
What was the impression? For everyone that this is your first time hearing this kind of talk about Kathryn, the reason why we're freaking out is because she doesn't drink by her own choice. Very responsible, very good soul, good choice. Respect it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, when you go to Europe, drinking age is there. We're both 20.
Yes.
Gotta be 21 girlies. Yes. And so I've never heard of Kathryn drinking.
I never have.
Yeah.
And I don't plan on doing it again.
That's okay.
Maybe when we're in Malta, I'll have like something. But this is not going to be a pattern for me. I just know it.
And that's okay.
Because for multiple reasons. I drank my strawberry daiquiri at this restaurant. I don't know if I have a picture of the restaurant, but the waiters were like flirting.
I'm so excited for European men. They're so straightforward.
Yeah.
There was a man in Barbados, and I told her this off the podcast, but it reminds me of what I imagine European flirting is. There was a guy that I was chatting with because the horses that race in Barbados on the track, every morning, super early, but on these 2 days of the week, it's not as early, and most people go those days. They'll go and they'll wash all the horses in the ocean, and they'll swim in the ocean, and they'll frolic and whatever. And I was petting them with the trainer, and the trainer was like looking at me, and he said, "I'd marry you." That was how his flirt was "I'd marry you." That's how European I imagine they flirt, because they're very straightforward.
They're entirely straightforward.
I love it.
One of our waiters was so funny. So all of their drinks are named after Eminem songs. There's like
the rapper?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
In Europe? Okay. We're rolling with it.
With it. So we're rolling. One of my other friends decided she was going to try and flirt through a drink. So she was like, what should I order? And like all this stuff. And I was like, okay, first off, I'm going to call her Becca. Becca, stop it. I called him first.
Finders keepers.
Yeah. But he said, oh, you could get Lose Yourself. It was...
Oh, the drink.
Yeah.
I was like, you could get Lose Yourself? That makes sense. Lose Yourself is just... No, that's Love Yourself.
In the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, I would love to go back to that restaurant one. The food was amazing. I did not kiss him.
Did you kiss anybody?
I didn't kiss anybody.
Fair enough.
So that was my first intake. Then we went... So, in Porus, it's like... There's one like main strip, and we stayed on that strip. It's like right by the coast, and there's a ton of shops and restaurants and all this stuff. So we went down and ate at that restaurant, and then next to it's like 3 or 4 clubs. I went to the clubs.
When did they start? Like, because in Europe they go out way later.
Late. These were earlier. I think they opened around 10.
Yeah, that's early for Europe.
Yeah, normally like in Athens, some don't open until like 1 or 2.
Yep. We're gonna have some late nights in Malta.
We are. It's gonna be great. But I go to this club. I am not having a good time. I get very overwhelmed in these situations. There is a woman in the corner, literally by herself, just dancing, but she looks like a Sims. Yeah. That's how she was dancing. And the guys got us in because they were like, come in, we'll give you a free shot.
Yep, that's how they do it.
We take a shot. I'm like freaking out. I've never taken a shot. And
so you don't know it was in it?
No, I had no idea. I was like, I'm nervous. I don't want to take this shot. And my friend was like, just take it, it'll be okay. I take it. It's not like vodka or anything. It is mastiha, which is something that is very common in Greece. Like people make it. It's a big common liquor, and it kind of tastes maybe a little coconutty.
Did you like have a gag reflex? Like, was it bad?
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Nice. Yeah, it was not bad. So I took that. They were all dancing, and I was like, I need to get out of here for 2 seconds. So I just stood out in front of the club, and I FaceTimed my mom, and she was like, I was like, hey, and she was like, are you clubbing? And I was like, yeah. And she was like,
was she so proud of you?
Yeah.
I know she'd be so proud.
She was like, why aren't you in there? And I was like, I had needed a break. And she's like, oh, what have you been up to? I said, I just took a shot. She said, it was so funny to see her reaction. But yeah, that was the first shot I took. And then we only spent one night in Poros, which I was really sad because I could have spent the whole trip there. And then we went to the island of Idra. Idra is similar to Poros, but a little bit different. So when we got to Idra, we were supposed to do some activity, and then we weren't going to be able to do it. So we got a horse riding tour. So I rode.
How was that? Did you have allergy problems?
I took a Benadryl before.
And you were fine?
Uh-huh. I was okay.
We might have to go ride horses.
Okay. So it was.
That's good because I'm going to take you to the horse ocean situation in Barbados. We were talking about that.
I'll just take a Benadryl.
My family is probably so over it. Everywhere we went, I was like, I can't wait to bring Kathryn here. I can't wait to show Kathryn this. I can't wait to show Kathryn's here. She's going to, everything I was doing, I was just like, Kathryn.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited. So it was really horses and mules. And a pretty humbling story I had was, so they were horses and mules. I sent a picture to my dad because he's like, what are you doing today? And I was like, oh, we just went horseback riding. And I sent him a picture. And he goes, I think that's a donkey. And I was like,
did you ride a donkey?
It was a mule. And the whole time I was riding it, I was like, why did they cut its hair so short? Like, what? This is so weird. Never did it cross my mind that I had a mule.
Mm-hmm. Did everyone else have horses?
No, it was a mixture.
Okay. I was like, that would have been really rude. You were the only one on a different animal.
And it was awesome. I had a lot of fun. The saddles were literally...
Were they the European style? English?
No, it was a slab of plywood, basically, with a blanket on top.
It's gotta hurt the horse.
The horse, it hurt the person. The horse...
So it was padded for them?
Yeah, it was very padded.
Interesting.
After horseback riding, I was so hungry. It was like a mile walk to the beach. The beaches here, they don't have sand beaches on Idra. They are just... rocks. I wanted to get food, nobody else did, and I was like, fine. So we find a rock. Also was holding my 20-pound backpack this whole time because we couldn't put our stuff down. I had my backpack. We dropped them off, and I was like, I gotta go get some food. So I go and I get a turkey club with fries. It was the best meal I've ever had in my life, and I want to have it again so badly. I can't stop thinking about it, but who knows when I'll ever have that again. And then, after I was all happy because I had some food in my system, I went cliff jumping.
Yay! I remember that day we were texting and you said, I was like, oh, what have you been up to? You said, oh, just started my day. We went cliff jumping and then had the best meal of my life. And we're about to go horseback riding. And I was like,
it was insane. Meanwhile, everyone back here was sleeping. That was the hardest part because, like, I would do stuff and I'd be like, I want to call my mom and tell her about my day. And she was, like, sleeping.
Yep. I accidentally called Kathryn at 4:30 a.m. her time.
And that's okay.
It was an oopsie. I forgot you were, like, across the world or something. It was so sad.
We went to where they haven't started yet, but the 2024 Olympic team from Athens is going to practice in the facility that we did the sports reenactment at. So we went and we threw the javelin and the discus. That was a lot of fun. I wasn't very good at it, but it was still fun. And then we walked and we saw the whole gymnastics area that they were going to practice, which was really cool to see.
It's so cool, gymnastics.
Yeah.
I love watching gymnastics.
And it was really awesome just to be like, in a couple months, the Olympic team is going to be practicing here. Mm-hmm. It was fun. The next day was Ancient Sports Reenactment 2. What did we do? Oh, we went to the, it wasn't the original Olympic Stadium, but it was one of the first. And it's the best, like, held up one. And there's a lot of history there. And if you go onto Shawn Johnson's Instagram, it's where she announced her pregnancy. Anyway, we did ancient running. I won my race. I won my race. I did, and I was kind of nervous. Because I'm not the best runner, but I am in ancient running.
There you go.
So that's my sport.
That's cooler than just running.
It is.
So,
and we had to run around it was a strange thing to do. You can see, like, that's obviously the Olympic rings, and this is where the king and queen would sit.
icons.
Yep. And so we all took pictures there with our hashtag Belmont Abroad.
There you go.
So that was a cool thing to see. And then it's like connected to a museum. And they would like tell us some history. And they have all of the like Olympic torches from the torch ceremony.
Oh.
So it was kind of cool to see all of those. There was an Olympics Games that Hitler was at.
It was in Germany, right?
I don't know, I guess. But I thought it was...
I'm thinking of Unbroken, maybe. He played... Do you remember the movie and book Unbroken?
Mm-mm.
I have it right over there. It's such a good book. You need to read it. But it's like an Olympic athlete that turned into having to, like, fight and then became a prisoner of war and stuff. Wow. But I think he, like, was at the Olympic Games with Hitler and then ended up a prisoner of war, I think, for Japan. I could be wrong. Crazy. I need a fact check. You need to read that book. Okay. It changed my whole perspective on pain, like, and how I toughen through, like, hard situations.
Huh. Well, and I hope I'm saying that this is the right person, but basically there's a story about how I think he was mad because Hitler? There was an... Yes, there was an African American in the Olympic Games. And he won. And you see, the guy was telling us, like, I think there's footage of this. Like, you see him mad that he won, but he has to clap for him. Then he goes to his second race, wins it again. He wins 3 races. Hitler is steaming, but he won and he rocked it. So,
as he should.
So
I'm so proud of that athlete, that Olympian.
Yeah, it was really, just the stories are so interesting. And then
it's really cool you got to go to a place that so much history has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's stuff that intertwine with the U.S. history we're taught or not, it's such a historic place. And Malta will be like that. We'll have a lot of history to learn. But it's so cool to know that the world's so much bigger than just one country.
It is. And, like, it's really cool because that stadium and everything was, like, connected to CYA, which is the university that we, like, went through. So our professors and, like, tour guides were from there, and they were so knowledgeable about everything. And it was really cool to just hear all these stories because one of ours who took us to the stadium and the Acropolis and all this stuff, he is an anthropologist, so he, like, works to dig up all these artifacts and just knows so much. And he was just a vat of knowledge, and it was really cool to be able to just, like, ask any questions because he knew everything. Yeah. Like, for our lecture, he was like, I don't do regular lectures. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to pretend that you're going to pretend that I am an ancient Greek athlete. You can ask me anything you want to know about what the world was like, what training was like, what I ate, where I went.
So you were role play taught.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And it was really cool. It was kind of disturbing.
That reminds me of, like, those, like, historic old time, like, medieval fairs where everyone's dressed up and they're, like, playing parts, and, like, people will come through and be like, oh, doth want to know.
Doth want to know
thy story.
But it was really cool because when you learn the history behind it, you learn, like, where their head was at. Mm-hmm. So ancient Greek athletes only trained and competed naked. They were always nude. They were always men as well. They started at age 5 training. Like, you would send your son to start training at age 5 for the Olympics. And then at age 9, I believe, maybe, they get, like, their specialty. Like, they're like, oh, you'd be better at running or gymnastics or fighting.
They compete naked?
Yep.
Wouldn't that be so awful as a guy, like, if you're running naked? Like, do you get what I'm catching the drift of? Like, how does that...
So the reason they do it is because ancient Greece was everything was dictated based on your social status. Like, the clothes you wear, you can tell, like, what social status you are. So they stripped
make a uniform.
Out. They didn't do that. So everyone was just naked. And they competed naked. Everything, they were just naked.
It seems like it would hurt running naked as a guy.
They also went barefoot.
Oh my gosh. My little soft pampered little feet can never. I still can't get over the men riding naked.
There's like a story where one country, it may have been Poland, they came and were like about to compete against them. They saw that they were naked and they were like, no.
Yeah, fair enough. I'd turn around. I'd be like, I don't know what's going on here. No.
But it was just, that was a super weird thing. They also trained 16 hours a day, I believe.
What?
And what they were eating, meat was a delicacy. They barely had food. So it was just all the history. I mean, I took notes so you can read them. It was just a super interesting lecture and everything.
I love that. I love history, so that's so fun that you got to have a whole history moment.
Yes. So then we went to Ikaria, which is the blue zone.
Yes. The health sector.
Yes. It was, I have mixed feelings about it. Basically, I did a lot of climbing on rocks in bare feet. I had to walk in like the sand and on rocks, and it was, my feet have never hurt so bad in my life. It was so painful. And also we're walking like 20,000 steps a day. It was, my feet are like,
your feet were like, we have not been trained for this.
No. So
nothing could have prepared them.
My feet are all cut up. Like, we've got scrapes everywhere. When we got to Ikaria, the first day we went paddleboarding. Oh my gosh, I've never been so content in my life.
It's so calming.
It was beautiful. It was magical. It was turquoise. I love that. It was turquoise. And I played mermaids for a while. It was just so awesome.
We're going to play Mako Mermaids in Barbados.
Yes.
I really told Brooke that while we were in the ocean. I was like, I can see Kathryn playing mermaids here.
And then we will. Then we went to the wine tour. I told Riley I didn't really like the wines. I kind of felt bad because it is such a...
You have to, like, get into wine.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost a training thing. Like, I remember when I first drank wine, I was like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
But once you also realize, which I'm sure in the tasting you tried a variety.
We tried
There's
4.
some you like, some you don't. And it's kind of, you got to get trained into it. I drank so much beer in Barbados. Oh my gosh. Always drinking beer. Always, like, and I never got drunk and I never got hungover. But I feel like my face got puffy while I was drinking beer. Because my mom, she said, your face looks a little puffy. And I was like, are you telling me I'm round again? She's like, no. I think something's like maybe the sunburn or something, like, but you're just puffy. So I was like paranoid the whole time looking at my face, but I think it was just the beer, all the carbonation. But she didn't mean it in like a bad way. She meant to let me know.
And then the next day we went back to the surf school and we canoed, and that's when I cliff jumped again. This time I was very nervous.
I like that we kind of intertwine in different ways apart. Like, I went surfing, you went surfing.
Yes.
I saw horses, you rode horses. Mm-hmm. It's like cute.
Yeah, it was cute. That is cute. And then, so the guy who wrote our Blue Zones book is named Dan Buettner.
Okay.
And he did docuseries about the Blue Zones.
The Netflix one?
Yes.
Okay.
All that stuff. So, one of our tour guides is a chef whose great aunt, I believe, is the woman Ikaria's whole Blue Zone thing is about.
Okay.
So we took a cooking class from her. We cooked with her.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so cool. She's such a cool woman. She speaks no English.
Okay. Nonverbal communication skills were going hard.
She'd hand stuff to me and I'd be like, It was a really cool experience. We made all kinds of stuff, including homemade tzatziki. Oh my gosh. Everything. They grow everything. So it's like this amazing land. And we made all these veggie things. I mean, this woman is so cool. And then she teaches us all this stuff. And then she goes and eats dinner by herself. Because she wants to.
Wow.
I know. She's like,
crazy.
I made this. Now I'm going to sit and enjoy it.
Enjoy my creation.
Yes.
Icon.
She is an icon. So that was one of my favorite things as well. Oh my gosh, then my favorite day ever. The next day, we went surfing. My instructor's name was Christos.
Love.
Christos is probably 5'7".
Right, short king.
King is correct. I surfed.
That's so cute.
It was so fun. I fell so much I got discouraged, but
it's okay.
I got the hang of it, and it was so fun. So this is a funny story. I would like paddle out there, and then if there was like a huge wave coming, he'd be like, hold the board. So I'd hold it. This happens so many times. I get smacked over the head with a wave.
Oh, the ocean beat my ass up.
I got so beat up
Humbling.
that day. So beat
Your
up
arms
that day.
get so exhausted. And
Mhm.
I don't know about you, you're stronger than me, but I didn't have the upper body strength. I was like manipulating myself into making it through the waves. I was like, just get to Brooke. Just get to Brooke. I was thinking of that book, Unbroken, all the tough stuff that I went through. I was like, this is nothing. This is nothing. But it's so tiring swimming out past where the waves break to just get to where you can surf.
Because you surf in place, or you paddle in place for so long until you finally catch a break and you're like, ugh.
And then a wave pushes you back.
Yep.
Because until you get over the hump where they all crash,
you're
fighting for your life.
Yeah, it is.
You can't rest because you will lose all your momentum.
Yeah, it's hard. Woo. It is a hard sport.
Yep.
But I get smacked over the head with this wave. My hair all in my face. Ugh. And I'm like this,
recovering.
Trying to recover. And Christos, this is a little cutie. He looks at me as I'm like doing this. He goes, beautiful. I cackled in this man's face.
You're like,
yeah.
Right.
I was like, liar.
Feel beautiful.
But anyway, Christos, if you're out there, I love you.
Much love.
Much love to him, because he literally taught me how to surf.
I appreciate that, man.
And he was so excited for us when we would get up. It was so wholesome. He'd be like,
he got up when you got up.
Yes! It was so awesome.
I love those people.
And also they have this Icarian soda, which is basically sparkling orange juice and lemonade.
Yum.
They only sell it there. I tried to get it here. Best stuff I've ever had.
Yum.
Then on our free day, we went to a different island called Ahina. It's where I got your magnet.
Yes.
I wouldn't go back.
Fair enough.
Those are just some high points. I'll give you a picture slideshow.
I'm so excited that you had such a fun time, and I'm glad that for all the people who maybe haven't watched all the other episodes, this is more a time capsule one.
Yes.
Of just recording these memories, the excitement on your face.
Yes.
Just this era of our life. Which is so fun to see all the fun that you went on.
I know.
And it was your first time going out of the country, right?
Oh, I've been to the Dominican, but I don't feel like that counts.
Fair, but it was so fun that you got to go.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful place. People dream about going, and it's such an iconic moment of your life.
Yes.
20s.
Yes, and also I was just thinking, like, I am so glad that I went through school, because otherwise I wouldn't have done like all that stuff, all those excursions.
That's the nice thing,
because you wouldn't know about them.
Yep.
And so it was really just such, I feel so blessed to have even been able to go and see all those places. I encourage everyone to, if you have a dream spot to go to, go, because you will enjoy it so much. And I don't care how tired you are, pack your day.
Yep.
Pack it, because there's always more to see.
Yep.
And you'll wish you had seen it. It was a once in a lifetime experience, and I'm so excited that I got to do it, and I'm so excited that we get to go on 2 more.
That's what I'm saying, is you're kicking off your summer with that, which is awesome.
Yes.
I kicked it off with Barbados. It's so fun. I was there the whole time, and my mom was like, I can't believe you're about to come back. Like, I'm in disbelief we're doing what we're doing this summer until our first duo trip.
Oh, same.
Which is fun that we have more than one.
It's in 3 weeks.
Which is so soon.
Yeah.
We literally have my birthday, and then that weekend, and then we leave the following. Because it's the 11th. And that weekend's like the 7th and 8th. Which is so crazy that we're having our future come up. I also just thought of something really fun from our day that is a goal of ours when traveling.
Tell me.
Which we talked about this. We went shopping today, Kathryn and I. I did a lot of damage. Kathryn just was an amazing support to me doing the damage. But we were walking around, and we decided we want to make a pact that when we go to Malta, maybe when we go to Barbados, we don't necessarily have to do it in Barbados, but I feel like Malta would be more special. We're going to get a baby outfit for our future kids, and we're going to get a little piece of jewelry for our daughters that will match, that they can have from our traveling. Isn't that so cute? I'm more excited to go for my daughters.
And we can give it to them when they turn 21.
Yes. I'm so excited. I want to get a girl outfit and a boy outfit.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one of each. And I'm excited to tell my parents things to be like,
I think
you don't even have a boyfriend. I'm like, but
our boyfriends. I don't know how long it's.
Imagine.
How long do you date someone before you tell them you already have an outfit for your children?
Whenever the conversation allows for me to even mention it. I mean,
off the bat.
I have a big story time for you, which you kind of got the lowdown on. But there was a guy that I was gonna go on a date with recently, which again, it was more to meet people because
the guy who's moving here.
Yes, he's from Maui, but he started the conversation very boldly, being like,
"Hi, wife."
Yeah, like very aggressively. But he had said like one of the third things he said was like, how many kids do you want? Like those are the instances where I'd be like, well, I already have my outfits for my girl and my boy. Like, how funny is that? But I ended up it didn't work out, which is fine because I don't care. But it was just a funny thing.
What happened?
They were so fun. He was basically we were gonna go to dinner, and then he realized he was staying like further out in like Goodlettsville,
right,
which is far away.
But are you gonna like schedule something when he moves?
When he comes here, he can reach out if he wants. But like I said, I don't care.
Yeah,
I think it would be fun. I think he said he was trying to get to know people because he's moving here. So I don't know if he was like flirting as like a joke or as like a whatever. But if he wants a friend, we're friends. But I don't know. But kid outfits. Yeah. Joy for our daughters. So exciting.
And if we have all boys,
it'll be for their kids.
Yeah, our granddaughters.
There will be a girl in our bloodline is getting it. Someone in my bloodline will receive the gifts. But yes. I'm so excited to get that.
Me too.
Hi, Scooby.
Hey, Scoober Doober.
Come here, baby. Scooter says hi. It's been a minute. What is one of your goals for when we do our travels for us?
So
do we have a little friendship goal?
A friendship goal?
Like for us when we travel.
I guess I can make this a friendship goal, but it's something that I really had to really be mindful for trying not to be mindful. This is more of a personal one, but I had a really hard time adjusting to the eating culture because we were like going out for every meal and I hadn't eaten that much food in a while, and I was like it was kind of hard for me just mentally. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to make it a goal to, you're in Greece once. You don't have plans to come back. You might, but you don't have plans to come back. You're going to Malta. You're 20. Enjoy the food. Get the gelato. Mm-hmm. Do whatever you want. Don't care about any of that
Also, it's better quality, if that helps with the convincing.
It was definitely a battle. So I want to keep that up in Malta and just enjoy myself and just say yes.
Yep. I'll be your yes woman.
Yeah.
I'm good. I feel like about that recently. I've noticed that within myself is I'm a lot more like, you know what? Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's just go. Yeah. Let's just say yes to these things. So we'll be little yes women to all the safe things, of course, but I'm excited for us. I think it'll be so fun. I'm excited to put myself out there because we're both very, I don't mean this in a bad way, but like responsible, put together adults already. I feel like we're a little bit aged beyond our years. And so I'm excited to feel like we're having like a youthful, fun, more relaxed experience while also being safe. Not saying, we're letting the responsibilities go. But I think to feel like we are just in our youth. Because I think our daily life and most of our life during the school year and stuff, I don't feel like I'm in my prime youth in a sense of just like the relaxation.
Right.
And so I'm excited to just be like, you know what, we're on an island off of Italy, and then we're on an island in the Caribbean, and we're just gonna floating away from reality.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a lot of fun.
How fun? So is that your goal?
I think so. I just am excited to put myself out there. Just, try all the experiences, do all the things, and try to teeter between, find the balance within saying yes to everything and like not overthinking safety. Because I'm a very, very safe conscious person. I overthink a ton, and especially when I'm in new places, I'm like thinking like I live life as if I'm prey. Which the reality is as females, to a very big degree we are, but you can't fully let that consume all of your choices. And I feel like I've done that a lot, is I'll like avoid doing things that are out of my comfort zone because I'm like, I'd rather just be simple and not. So I want to find a balance between being safe but also like saying yes, going out. Like we're only in that area once.
That was me with cliff jumping.
Yeah.
I was like
the safety of it versus like, let's jump
I was really nervous. And then I was like,
stop doing that.
Yeah, I want to jump off a cliff.
Yeah, you jump, I jump.
Because like I knew I would be safe and okay. It's just saying yes to those experiences.
Yeah, and that's hard to do, especially when we live such lives of responsibility and put together. And that's why I'm glad you took those 4 shots and were safe and had fun and stayed in your comfort zone but teetered out just enough to feel like, you know what, I did it and I don't have to do it again.
Yeah. But I do want to say that the 4 shots were all on different days.
That's okay. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought you meant in one moment.
I paid for none of them.
There you go.
They were all just free.
There you go. Will say that whenever I do turn 21, of course, only if you're comfortable, you do not have to do this. But I think it would be funny to give you a true, authentic shot, and I'll take it with you just to see how you feel about that. You can, like literally don't have to do that at all.
And I'm not going to make a face.
Yeah, that's the challenge I want to do. Is I'll try not to make a face, you try not to make a face, and we'll see what happens. But only if you want. You by no means have to. I'm not trying to pressure you. But
I know.
If you're bored for shits and gigs, that could be funny.
Yeah, because I will not be I can't go out.
So sad.
Yeah.
But the vineyard will be fun. I'm excited.
No, I'm really excited.
We're going to go for my birthday, which is soon, which we'll have to do a birthday podcast.
Woo!
And I think we should have our friends visiting. Paige Gallup for sure needs to be on one. She's so funny. And possibly Brooke, not sure. But Paige Gallup for sure. Because we just have so many fun loose memories. But we'll have to do a birthday pod. But we're going to have friends visiting and go to a vineyard and have fun. And it'll be fun to all be together. And then we'll have Kathryn's birthday and Lexi's birthday.
I don't know what I'm going to do on my birthday yet.
We'll have to figure it out.
I don't know where I'm going to even be for my birthday, to be honest.
Well, whenever we do your celebration.
Yeah.
Because you'll probably go home, which is fair and so fun. But we'll have to find something fun to do.
I was going to say, you're welcome to come to Lexington.
I was about to say, give me the invite. I will come.
You're literally welcome, but there's not much.
I'll bring the party. The comedic relief, as I keep saying.
We are comedic relief. I think we're funny.
I think we're hilarious.
I made a lot of people laugh on the trip.
Oh, you are funny. We're funny people. Our thing, what I've learned from my personality, especially as we've hung out with different people in different groups, especially when it comes to like what I've seen through like hanging out with Country Boy and his different characters that walk in and out, is we're very funny when we feel comfortable to be funny.
Yeah.
But if we're not in our safe space, I will probably seem so boring.
We just don't really talk.
I also have an RBF, which I don't intend to do. But I feel like I can come off just like very reserved and like serious. And we love asking like, I love asking deep questions. I did that in the ocean with our family friends. I was like, so.
We love deep combos.
And they were like, wow, these are really deep. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a good friend. I'm not a superficial person. I love the depth of things. But we can be hilarious, or we can feel uncomfortable and become literally just flies on a wall. But yeah, that's fun. But yay!
Yeah,
this was a good catch up.
It was
a good timestamp in our life.
Yes.
What a fun time! What a fun summer.
Yeah, our next podcast will be your birthday podcast.
Yeah. Kathryn's about to leave, literally, probably tonight. We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know if I want to drive home tonight.
Honestly,
you shouldn't. We'll see.
You should see. I have a CPR class tonight, which potentially could be 4 to 5 hours. It starts at 6 p.m. So hopefully it doesn't.
I have a fear of flying now.
Oh, yeah. Kathryn's last stretch, whenever I picked her up from Greece, was a horrific tumble.
Yeah.
But turbulent storm. But you made it. You're on Earth.
Did. Thank God. I was crying in an airplane.
Yeah. She was texting me, and I was like, if I could fly up there and get you, I would keep you so safe, bring you back down. Turbulence is awful.
It's really scary. But it's all good. And now we're back, and we're having a good time, and you're about to go to your thing, and I'm about to go do laundry because I'm the responsible 45-year-old that I am.
Yep, we're back to adults here in Nashville.
But we will see you next time.
Yes. All right.
Bye.